Hello students, now we will discuss the next topic, that is transformer. So first of all, what is transformer? Transformer means it is a device which converts the high voltage at low current into low voltage at high current or vice versa. So this is the definition of the transformer. So transformer, next point is what is the principle of that transformer. So it is based on the mutual induction. In a mutual induction, if the two coils are inductively coupled, then the magnetic flux linked in the one coil, it will be linked up in the another coil also. So this is the principle of the transformer. Now next point is construction. So it consists of the two coil. One is the primary coil, another is the secondary coil, represented here P coil and S coil, and these coils are wounded by the copper wire, and these are made up by the copper wire and wounded over the soft iron core. Soft iron core is the laminated core, means there is some polish or varnish is there on that soft iron core, so that is named as laminated iron core. So actually when we use here the laminated iron core, then we have to prevent the eddy currents which can be produced in the transformer. So again I will discuss the point in the last. So next thing is what are the types of transformers. So there are two types of transformer. Number one is step up transformer, number two is step down transformer. So a step up transformer that has the that convert the low voltage into high voltage, and low voltage that will be at the high current. So low voltage at high current into high voltage into low current. The number of turns in the step up transformer in secondary coil NS, represented here by NS, is always greater than the number of turns in the primary coil, represented by NP. Similarly, the thick wire is used in the primary coil, and thin wire is used in the secondary coil because it's a step up transformer. And just opposite to that, in the step down transformer, in the step down transformer, the number of turns in the primary coil is greater than the number of turns in the primary coil, that is NP greater than NS. And thin wire is used in the primary coil and thick wire is used in the secondary coil. And next we have to write the point, the step up transformer convert the low voltage into high voltage, and a step down transformer convert the high voltage into low voltage. So these are the differences between them. Next is what is the working of the transformer. So when an alternating EMF is used as an input signal or an input voltage in the primary coil, so it will be changed with respect to time. So when the EMF will change with respect to time, so and magnetic fluxes will also be linked up in the primary coil, and this due to the production of the magnetic flux linked in the primary coil, it will also be inductively, because secondary coil is inductively coupled with the primary coil, so magnetic flux will also be linked in the secondary coil. Now it is found that the magnetic flux linked in the primary coil, say it is represented by phi p, it is always directly proportional to the number of turns in the primary coil, represented by here Np. Similarly, the magnetic flux linked in the secondary coil, represented by phi s, it is always directly proportional to Ns, that is number of turn in the secondary coil. So if we write collectively these two equations, so this equation number 2 divide by equation number 1, so we will get phi s upon phi p equal to Ns upon Np. Now therefore phi s, magnetic flux linked in the secondary coil, phi s will be equal to Ns upon Np into phi p. It's equation number 3. Now because magnetic flux is changing with respect to time, so we have to differentiate equation number 3 with respect to 2. So differentiate equation 3 with respect to t, we have d phi s over dt equal to ns upon np into d phi p over dt, d phi p over dt. So we have to use here the Faraday's law, that is Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, and according to that the d phi over dt means the EMF is always directly proportional to the rate of change of magnetic flux. So if you write the equation for the primary coil, so it will be EP equal to d phi p over dt, and the equation can be written as for the secondary coil ES proportional to d phi s over dt, and we have to put here negative sign because the EMF is always produced just opposite to the magnetic flux in that coil. So when we use that law, means Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, so the equation in the left hand side, this part will be equal to d phi over dt, d phi s over dt will be equal to minus es, and this d phi over dt will be equal to minus ep. So minus cancel out by minus, so we can write here, and the es will be equal to ns upon np into ep. Es and ep, these are the EMF of the output, and EP, that is the input EMF that is acting between the primary coil, across the primary coil. So it is next equation number 4. Now ns upon np, these are the number of turns, that this is the ratio of the number of turns in the secondary coil with respect to the primary coil, that is always constant. This ratio is always constant. So this ratio, the number of turns can be represented by K, that is called that can be represented by the transformation ratio. So K will be equal to the number of turns in the secondary coil divided by the number of turns in the primary coil. So it is the transformation ratio, but generally we have to use the same formula, Es equal to ns upon np into ep. Now if we discuss about the how much output power is obtained here. So if we consume here, there is a no loss of energy, then the output power will be equal to input power. So output power will be equal to input power. So power means voltage into current. So here is voltage represented by the EMF. So output, that is ES multiplied by current flowing in the circuit, that is IP IS, will be equal to input power means EP into IP. So IP, it is the current flowing in the primary coil, and IS is the current flowing in the secondary coil. So product of these two is always equal to each other, but it is a condition only when there is, we have to assume that there is no any loss of energy. IS equal to EP into IP. So from this formula we can find out how much output voltage is obtained here. So we have to write the formula for the ES. So ES, from this equation, ES will be equal to IP upon IS into EP. So this is the formula. So if we write the equation like this, ES upon EP means EP write down in the left side, so it will be in the division of the ES, means it will be the denominator. ES upon EP will be equal to IP upon IS. So it is the most important equation. First of all, I have discussed here the definition of the transformer, and in the definition, when it converts the low voltage at a high current into high voltage at low current. So if we discuss that statement, that can be explained by this formula ES upon equal to IP upon IS, because in this formula ES, it is directly proportional to IP, and if we write the equation for the IS, so it is inversely proportional to 1 upon IS, means when ES is increased, so IS, current, is decreased. So if the voltage is high, then current will be low. Similarly, if the voltage is low, then current will be high, because it has the inversely relation, because ES proportional to 1 upon IS. Similarly, we can write for the equation EP. So EP proportional to 1 upon IP from this formula. So voltage and current both are inversely proportional to each other. It means when the voltage is increased, the current will be decreased. So we have to write here high voltage at low current, that is converted into low voltage at high current, because it is a inversely relation ratio. Now this is the complete working of the transformer here, and the next topic is why is laminated iron core are used here. The laminated iron core is used here because when the magnetic flux is linked from primary coil to the secondary coil, so some energy is in the laminated iron core, eddy currents are produced, and these eddy currents generate the heat energy, because the resistance of the soft iron core is very small, that is quite small. Therefore, a large amount of eddy currents are produced, therefore a large amount of heat is generated. Now to avoid that eddy currents, now to avoid that particular heat generation in the transformer, we have to use here the laminated iron core. So laminated means we have to varnish of these strips of the iron. It's not a complete thick iron, but this iron, this square iron is made of by that core is made of by the strips of the iron, and every strip is it will done by painting, maybe it will be varnished. So we have to use the laminated iron core to avoid the eddy current. Now next thing is, what are the losses when the energy is converted from one high voltage into low voltage, or maybe low voltage convert into high voltage? What are the types of losses? So many types of losses are there, maybe just like a flux losses, maybe copper losses. Next, number 3, iron losses, maybe hysteresis losses, and next is the humming losses. So these are the types of losses in which the energy is, some energy is consumed, and the energy which is given as an input, it will not be obtained in the output through that coil that is used in the transformer. Now how can we transmit the, means in the transmission line, what type of voltage is used to transmit from one station to the another point, one place to the another place? So generally, because at high voltage, then the current will be low. So according to the formula of the heat, that is H equal to I square RT, from this formula the heat will be produced less if the value of current will be low. So it is only possible when the high voltage is used for the transmission. So we have to use here the step-up transformer. The step-up transformer has the ability to convert the low voltage into the high voltage. So when high voltage current is flowing through the transmission line, so current will be low, and if the current will be low, so a small amount of heat is produced, and due to that a very small amount of energy will be consumed through the transmission line when the electricity is that will be transmit from the one place to the another place. So it is the most important point. So which type of voltage can be used in the transmission? So we have to use the high voltage at low current, because the heat energy, low heat energy is produced, so energy consumption will be low in the transmission of the electricity from one place to the another place. Now this is the complete topic of the transformer. Now, thank you very much.